Hey guys, it's Barb here. Today I'm going to show you how I turn leftovers into my own version of Mountain House freeze-dried foods. I was inspired by the different types of meals you can get through Mountain House and wanted to create them myself in my own kitchen. So come along and I'm going to show you a couple different meals I did and just pull some leftovers out of the refrigerator, and we're going to freeze dry them, and then afterwards I'm going to rehydrate so that you can kind of see how that works, and we'll do some taste testing. I did 2 trays of the fajita chicken rice bowl. On the bottom is the rice, you can see it. And I made my own chicken and peppers and onion mix to go on the top with seasonings that I used. Over here is the lasagna that I made, I think it was last night. I had to squish it down a little bit to get it to fit in the trays. And then because I didn't want to leave a tray half empty, I put some frozen broccoli in. The last tray I did some riced cauliflower because I always like to have my harvest tray completely full so that I'm not wasting, the time and energy. So let's go ahead and put these in the freeze dryer, and then I will be back probably tomorrow to show you the results, and then we'll do some rehydration and I'll show you the other meals that I made previously. I have 4 different meals that I've made. This one is the lasagna that I freeze dried that I showed earlier, and this is one I did a couple weeks ago. It's chili mac. This is the chicken fajita bowl you saw me freeze dry, and then this was another one I did earlier. It's beef barley stew. So we're going to go ahead and add hot water to all of these, and I'm going to taste test them. With rehydration, you just add a little bit at a time because you don't want to add too much water. So it's better to add not enough right away and just thicken it up as you go, as opposed to adding too much. And I'm not sure how the lasagna is going to turn out. We're going to add just a teeny bit to the lasagna. I was thinking maybe I might have to put a lid on it. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a little stir because the peppers need a little more hydration. And if they don't get the peppers completely rehydrated, I don't think it's a huge deal. I may have to add a little more water or just get it stirred around in there. Well, it looks like it has enough water. The stew may need actually, I like a thicker beef stew. So that was almost perfect. This, I may have added a little too much water to the chili mac. Okay, so now that I've rehydrated, I'm gonna go ahead and taste test them. I'm a little nervous, I won't lie, I'm a little nervous about the lasagna because I wasn't certain how that was gonna rehydrate. So what I did was when I put the hot water on it, I put a lid over the top of it so I could keep the steam and the moisture in there so that it penetrates the noodles and the cheese and all of that. So I'm gonna do that first, and we're gonna see, here's what it looks like. I know it kind of looks, but let's do a taste test. I think I did add the right amount. It's got the right texture. I'll say that. It's not like hard or whatever. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. It literally tastes like the day I cooked it. I am not joking. This is not me exaggerating for video. I'm shocked. I am really surprised. Wow. It literally tastes like the day I cooked it. I won't lie, I was really nervous about the lasagna, but it really does. I mean, it may not be like the same shape. It may be like a little chopped up or whatever because of when I put it in the bag, it kind of got crunched. But it literally has the same taste. When you're rehydrating foods, the best thing you can do is don't add too much water. So at first, just add a little bit, let it sit for a minute, and then if you need it, add more. And with stuff like as big as the lasagna and has a lot more, is a lot more dense, has more different properties to it, you're most likely going to want to put a lid or some kind of like seal like a plastic wrap or something over the top so that the moisture stays in there and really penetrates like the noodles or whatever you have. Okay, surprise number 1. The next one we're gonna try is the chicken fajita rice bowl. So as you can see, if you can see that without me spilling, it looks like the day I cooked it. So let's give it a taste and see how we did. It smells good. I can smell all the seasoning I put in there. And the one thing I did forget is I was going to add black beans to this and I totally left it out. But the cool thing with this type of stuff is I also have freeze-dried black beans that I've done. So if I wanted to add them to it, I could just add it to it right before I rehydrated it. So let's give it a taste. Oh my word. This literally tastes like the day I made it. I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked because I have rehydrated veggies and fruits, that type of thing, but I hadn't done meals yet. So this is just as much a surprise and learning experience for me as it is for you. So let's go ahead with the beef barley stew. Now this isn't like one of my favorite foods. I made this for Aaron. He's a total steak and potatoes type of guy. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh my word. I made this like, I know it kind of looks gross, but it's beef barley stew. It's a stew. It's not pretty, but I made this like when did I make this? I made this like right when we got the freeze dryer. So like in the beginning of July. It tastes like beef barley stew. It tastes like I just made it. Okay. Now I know I put too much water in this one. Actually, it thickened. So I guess the longer you leave it, the more it thickens. It's still not quite as thick as I like it. But this is the chili mac. I know, sorry guys. This is the chili mac. And I made this, I think a month ago. And this one I kept in a jar because I knew it would be handy to have in the jar in case I wanted to make a quick like lunch or dinner for Aaron. Okay, this one, because of the noodles, the flavor's still there and it tastes like chili mac. But because of the noodles, I should have put a lid on this one too, so that the hot water could penetrate the noodles better because they're a little crunchy. But lesson learned, the hamburger is all the way rehydrated. It's the noodles. So, piece of advice. Piece of advice. If you're rehydrating stuff with noodles in it, sorry, I usually don't talk with my mouth full. If you're rehydrating stuff with noodles in it, I recommend putting the hot water in, putting a lid on top so that it kind of just sits there and really seeps in it. And if you have it in your pouches, I would recommend putting the hot water in the pouch if you're out camping or hiking or whatever, just like you would like an MRE or any other camping food. And then sealing it up and letting the steam just kind of, permeate the noodles and whatnot. But overall, I would say this is a very surprising success. The lasagna really shocked me. I will not lie. That was shocking because I was a little nervous and I was like, how is this going to rehydrate? Is it going to taste good? And I can definitely say it tastes literally like the night I made it. So the reason I wanted to make this video, I think I said in the beginning, I know it's been a little while since I started this video and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it because there's been so much going on in life. The reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted to show you guys that with your harvest right, you can make your own freeze-dried meals for camping, for hiking, for just your food storage, or if you have a night where you just don't want to make dinner and you can just quickly rehydrate. I mean, the lasagna honestly probably took maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops to rehydrate. And the other reason this is really cool is you can make meals specifically to freeze dry, or you can put any of your leftovers that are in your fridge in your freeze dryer, and then it's literally like the day you made it. It's just a really great way to preserve your food, your leftovers, your harvest, and to create your own healthy camping and hiking meals. I hope you guys really consider looking into getting your own freeze dryer if it's within your means. It is a wonderful tool to have, especially if you have a garden. Other videos that are coming up, our next video I believe is going to be my Simply Earth review for the September Simply Earth Essential Oils box, and some other surprises are in the works. I hope you stick around. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always know when I actually do upload a video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Yeah, that sounds really cheesy. Immediately in a pouch for backpacking, hiking, camping. Yeah, hiking and backpacking the same.